it's Jester, and this should be the final time we stream Virtue's Last Reward. We're all ready to go for Phi's ending. I got the passwords for all the bombs written down after I collected them in the other playthroughs. Let's do this. This should be the last time we see Sigma get kidnapped. Oh, how I'll miss it. Hi, June. Why'd you do this, June? Aren't you a little old to be kidnapping people and putting them in death games? Deactivate bomb number 2. Let's go.
You got it?
Yep. Yeah, right here.
Hook it up.
Right. Done.
Okay. Hurry it up. Plug in the password.
Done. Hey, what the hell?
Calm down. You probably just typed it in wrong.
No way, I'm sure I did it right.
Try it again.
It's a different password than the one for the last bomb. Yeah, nothing. That password's no good.
Then it's different. All 3 bombs use different passwords.
Yeah, looks like it.
Shit!
Phi slammed her foot against the locker, her face uncharacteristically twisted by anger and frustration.
This is bad. What the hell are we gonna do? Try and remember it. Did you see or hear anything in another history that could be a password? A different password?
You mean like a different history from the other one I remembered?
Yeah. You figured it out there. You just can't remember it very well right now. Remember what happened with the last bomb? This one is just like that.
Another history. Another history. The password. Do I know what it is? Can I remember it? I have to. Okay, number 2 bomb. Let's go. E, Q, D, D, Y, R, N, T, K. Got it!
Damn, this is crazy. So you did know it.
Yeah, guess so.
Well, don't scare me like that, alright?
Come on, it's not like I was hiding it. I just couldn't remember it at first. Then it just kind of floated up. Or maybe it drifted down.
Whatever.
Yeah, Sigma can't see the flowchart.
The point is, we disarmed the thing. Amazing.
You sure don't sound very amazed.
Okay. That just leaves us with the last bomb. It's
in the garden.
Right. Let's go take care of it while you're on a roll with these things.
Ugh. You make it sound so easy.
Well, don't just stand there. Let's go!
She spun around and was gone. I gripped the input device tightly and headed off after her. Okay, bomb number 1. Let's do this.
Finally. The last one.
Yeah, no, there's another bomb. There's more than this one.
How many minutes left?
9. Less than 10.
It's okay. We can still make it. Just stay calm, all right? You have the input device?
Yep. Yeah. There we go. Connected.
Okay, go.
Go?
We've done this twice already. Do you really need a third pep talk?
You want me to remember another password, right?
Exactly. What else would I be talking about?
But...
Don't sweat it. You did great the last 2 times. I'm sure this one will be a cakewalk. 3rd time's the charm, right?
That's, not really how that's used. I'm just worried that the lightning's not gonna strike twice or thrice in this case, I guess.
No, I think mine still works. There's nothing to suggest the 1st and 2nd times aren't charmed, too.
I guess so.
Whatever. Just do it. You're the only person who can.
What about you? You can jump to other worlds too, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember things as well as you, all right? I'm doing the best I can, but either I haven't seen the stuff you have, or I just can't remember it.
Hi!
Maybe we've been going to different worlds.
We might have been.
Anyway,
Yeah. I'll give it a
I'm
shot.
counting on you.
The password. The password. The password. Remember. Remember, Sigma. Come on, lightning can strike twice or even 3 times. You can do it. You did it before. You did it twice before. This is nothing. You're a champion. You're gonna win. You feel great. You can do this. Come on, Sigma, you can do this. Pull open the door to your memories. Sigma's gonna need so much therapy after this. Okay, got it written down. B, Q, Z, R, G, J, D, X, R. Yeah! Suck on that, Dio, you arrogant son of a bitch! Yeah, I love Dio. Dio's my favorite character, but fuck Dio. Ah, that feels good. I haven't felt this satisfied in ages. It's like my whole brain is just swimming in endorphins. I feel like it's just going to melt and dribble out of my ears. That's concerning. This is, without a doubt, what heaven feels like. Honestly, I feel like I could fly right now. Hell, I almost wish there was another bomb so I could feel this again. Oh, there is another bomb. Sigma! Sigma! There's another bomb! We have to... Sigma! Isn't this great? Fido? Hey, what's going on? You're really harsh in the vibe here. Would it really kill you to smile? We just saved everybody. Not yet. Oh, also, not that I need it or anything, but it sure would be nice to get a thank you or something. Oh, thank you, Sigma. You're the greatest. You're so awesome. I'll dress up in that swimsuit for you, just like I promised. I mean, just the swimsuit thing would be fine, really, but... Are you even listening to me?
I am. You said you wished there was another bomb, right?
Well, I mean, I don't really.
I hope you're happy.
Oh, god damn it.
You're going to get your wish.
What?
I remembered something too. Just a glimpse. We must have confronted Dio about the bombs. I'm not sure how, but we got him to tell us about them.
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3. But there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. Suddenly, I remembered it too. I'd heard Dio say those very words in the Floor B warehouse. No. No way.
Looks like you remember it too.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
Shit. Yeah, you got 4 minutes. You gotta run. Sigma, run! We've only got 4 minutes.
Well, hurry up. We need to get to the zero bomb.
Right. Where is it again? I forgot. I didn't write down the locations. I just wrote down the passwords. I yanked the input device out of the bomb and turned to chase after. 5, please tell me you know where the bomb is, because I forgot. What are you just standing there for? Go! Show me where the bomb is!
What? Are you telling me you don't know where it is?
I think I saw it at one point, but I forgot!
You have got to be kidding me.
5, I was told to write down the passwords. I was not told to write down the locations. How the hell would I know where the bomb is? Oh, shit. You don't know? She bit her lip and nodded. The number 0 bomb. Damn it. What the hell are we supposed to do now? We can't deactivate the bomb if we don't know where the damn thing is.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Did we do the one that was under the table? There was one under the table in the cabins. There was one under the table in the science lab. There was one in the garden. And there was one near the octopus. It's in the voting area?
You need to think, Sigma. There has to be a clue somewhere. Pretend you're Dio. You need to hide the bomb.
I'm Dio, and I have clones of me. And I wear a stupid top hat.
Where would you hide something important?
In the top hat. Hide something important.
Right.
Hide. If I was Dio, where would I hide? It's where he hid the fucking knife.
Sigma, wait! Where are you going?
Don't follow me. Go find the others.
Idiot! Do you really think I'd do that?
I don't know, maybe, if you were feeling cooperative. I could hear her following me, but there was no time to argue. Instead, I focused on my goal. There was still time. Run, Sigma! Run! Waka 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 waka.
Here?
Yeah. Should be between these AV rooms. Oh, there it is. Good, I was right. How much time do we have left?
About a minute.
Okay, we can do this in a minute. Shit!
Hurry!
I'm hurrying as fast as I can. The input device was plugged in. I was ready to go. Now I just had to enter the password. But what was the password? I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd already used up my 3rd time charm. Still, I had to try. I shook my head and concentrated. The first password we got. LXA QNSGDQ. So we're good now, right? It stopped.
Yeah.
Fi and I crumpled to the ground, the adrenaline that had sustained us suddenly gone.
How did you know it was here? Did you see it in another history?
It's hard to explain. The short version is the Dio hid something here in another timeline. I guess maybe he'd put the bomb here too.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. So, thanks.
Now all we have to do is get out of this death game. Oh, I don't need any thanks. Just
what?
about that swimsuit you promised.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
This is bad. The white doors have opened. We need to hurry.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to drag an unconscious Dio through one. We knocked him out.
Everyone else is waiting for us in the Floor B warehouse.
What about the swimsuit?
What the hell are you going on about?
You promised to wear a swimsuit if we didn't die! Look, Sigma, we haven't made it out of the death game yet.
Just go!
Before I could protest, she turned and ran toward the magenta door. I sighed and headed off after her. I ran into the warehouse to find everyone else already there. They'd done as Phi asked and brought the 3 unconscious members of our party back to the doors. Phi and I shared a quick glance, then headed over toward them.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're safe.
So, did you disable the bombs?
Yeah, I could have done it in my sheep. Is that a typo?
Don't you mean in your sleep? Oh my... Thank you! Thank you so much! Yeah. Good job, you guys.
No need to thank me. Although, I mean, if you insist, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit time.
What? Huh? You're disgusting.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
We need to hurry.
Everybody know who's in their group?
Yeah, I'm set.
All right, then let's move.
At 10 Emoji's command, we broke off into our team. Kay carried Quark on his back and dragged Dio along the floor through the white door to the left. Clover and Luna carried Alice through the door on the right. And 10 Emoji, Phi, and myself ran through the center door.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Okay, how bad can this puzzle be? Why are we in the void? What the hell? There's nothing here.
Well, there are doors. The one we came in. And that one, which I'm assuming is the exit.
Yep, figures. Won't budge.
The plaque on the door just said Q.
Q. What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Really? Now someone's just being a smartass.
Huh?
Nothing. Maybe the Q is for question.
Well, I guess it is a very questionable room.
If there was a deck of cards here, maybe the Q would be for Queen.
That's a quality guess right there.
Right. Well, we need to get out of here. Let's find a way to get the door open.
We also need to find the star keys. I've got enough BP to open the door, but you guys need to play the AB game some more.
Yeah.
We still need a few more points.
If we can get those star keys, we should be able to play the AB game as many times as we need to. So...
It's just a matter of time until we get the points we need.
right.
Well, let's get started then.
Good.
Okay.
We're in the fucking void! Seek a way out of the void? Okay. What are we supposed to do here? The room's empty. Wait. Do you hear something? Oh, what the shit? Oh, got a steak! Huh. Okay, not as bad as it was initially. Oh god, do I have to solve a fucking Rubik's Cube? Well, how much do you want to bet it has something to do with that? Guess we should go, have a look. I think this cube is just floating here. How the hell's it doing that? Who knows? Can't tell just by looking at it. Why don't you touch it and see if anything happens? Oh yeah, sure, make Sigma touch the weird floating cube. Oh god, do we have to play Sudoku? I have regrets. I'm getting flashbacks to the final puzzle of the first game that I had such a hard time understanding that I looked up a walkthrough to help me solve. And then I couldn't understand the walkthrough, so I had to look up a second walkthrough. I don't understand what's going on here. Have another look at it. Huh? The cube. Look at it again. I don't... Oh, God. This is so bad. There are winning and losing panels on the wall. The cube can help you find the winning panels. When the winning panels and only the winning panels are highlighted in cyan, the system will activate. Here is how you find the winning panels. When you click a panel on the cube, it will display a number. Each surrounding panel will also display a number. This number indicates the number of winning panels in that border each panel. What the fuck does this mean? The hint that appears on the cube is different for each side. Hypothetically, if the wall with the exit of is the north wall, then the wall to the right of that would be the east wall, which would make the wall with the entrance the south wall, and the wall to the left of that would be the west wall. That would mean that a hint that appears on the west side would actually refer to the east wall, and a hint that appears on the north side would actually refer to the south wall, and a hint that appears on the east side would refer to the west wall. Oh my god! Adjacent walls don't provide hints for one another. Each hint is specific to that wall. That means that even if there are winning panels on the border with an adjacent wall, those panels will not be reflected in the initial panel's numbers. Note number 3. There are a total of 8 puzzles hidden in the walls. Click to view this message one more time. After that, click the floor to view this message one more time. After that, it will be gone forever. Okay. 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 Let me... Okay. What the fuck? Oh no. Okay. I think that panel. Oh shit! Whoa, what the hell? Interesting. So that's how this one works. It looks like there's more of them. We should keep looking. Something just slid out of the wall. You can look around more by exiting zoom mode. How do I exit zoom mode? Oh god, I clicked something. I clicked something. Oh god. What the shit? That's a dartboard. I remember seeing this before. Come on, who hasn't seen a dartboard before? No, that's not what I mean. I feel like I've seen it somewhere in this building before. It's just, this board is different from a normal dartboard, you know? Let's try it out. What do you mean, try it out? Isn't that obvious? There's only 2 ways to use a dartboard. Either you use it to hold pizza, or you throw darts at it. Dartboard? If only I had some darts. Okay, third. I have an idea. Just click all of them. I don't think this is a good plan. Okay. We already got that one, so we need like the 111 one. Okay. Okay, let's look at a different wall. I think it's... No. Hey, let me look at it again. Second, fourth up. Nope. That one was a mistake. I'm gonna take a quick break to go grab some Pringles. I'll be right back. There's gotta be a good way to do this. I don't know how to play Minesweeper. Let's see. No, wait, I want to move. Oh, other door. I think the first one might have been a bit of dumb luck. Oh yeah, that's not working. Okay, walk through time. I'm terrible at Minesweeper. I had no choice. My options were limited. Something just slid out of the wall. This wall. Whoop! Oh, cool! Darts! What? Why did it go back in? That is odd. Maybe you're doing it in the wrong order. There might be another device you need to activate first before this one will stay out. Okay. Oh god, are those the fucking dice again? No! A table. Oh god, we need to collect the SD cards. Okay, dice. Looks like 4 purple books. Let's go through each one of them. What the? There's nothing written here. I mean, all the pages are blank. Are the other books the same? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's nothing here. This one's blank too. Huh? Something wrong? Is there something in that one? No, the pages are all blank. It's just what? Well, there are some pictures in between the pages back here. 3 of them, it looks like. Oh god. Okay, let me like draw a little picture to help me with that. Oh god, where did I put all my pencils? Okay. Wait, let me see something. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh god. I'm gonna go grab more. I'm gonna go grab some more chips. I'll be right back. This puzzle has me stress eating. Okay, I'm gonna go look at something else first and come back to the dice later. I'll get the... I need to do that to get the blue chip, but I'll do that later. Okay, we got that at least. Oh! I remember that! That's where the termite guy's hologram came out of. I think I've seen something like this before. Oh, you mean one of those exercise machines where you twist your hips around? No, I don't think so. This doesn't look like a fitness machine to me. It looks like a Roomba. Kinda ruins it when you take it so seriously. This damn it, I can't remember. Are those missiles? They're darts! Look over here. I think that's a green memory machine. We can get it out, though. That glass is covering. We can't get it out, though. That glass is covering it. I think we can get some darts out, though. Okay. I'll grab a couple. Okay. Get a score of 100 with 3 darts. However, the first dart must land in the green. Then the second area must land in the blue. Then the third in the red area. Got my pencil. Green. Blue. Red. Total of 100. To throw the dart in a particular area, drag and then release the dart onto the area where you'd like it to land. Huh? That's weird. I could have sworn I'd seen these darts before somewhere. Whatever. Time for some darts. Okay, we need 100. If they're all 100... Oh, wait, that's 200. Whoops, I messed up. Mm-hmm. 42. Then green. 1355, and then nope, that's 88. Okay, I can't keep doing this at random. I gotta think for a second. Seven times. Do you really think you had to stand the whole 2 meters and 37 centimeters away from the dartboard, though? I'm a fair man. My high school voted me most likely to be a judge, you know? Sigma, if you were a judge, you would let girls off of traffic tickets if they were wearing low-cut tops. Okay, okay. That's great and all, but look. See the display case? It's open. Great. Now we can get that green memory card. Yoink. We're gonna have to pull out all stops on this job. You sound like you're in a heist movie. Should I have worn a catsuit? I think I just threw up a little. Besides, everybody in a heist movie wears a sweet suit. I think we should use the darts to break the glass. I think that would be fair. What's this? It's got some kind of weird patterns on it. Nothing happens if I touch them, though. Maybe something's missing. Like what? Oh, yeah, we have to go get the... Boom, now it'll stay out. Something just slid out of the wall. Change the colors to the correct ones by clicking the hexagons and triangles. Remember that you only have 5 moves to complete the puzzle. Huh? I feel like I've done this puzzle somewhere before. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Wait, let me look at what the puzzle's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be all red? Okay, let's try again. Okay, that was a bad move. I do really like how it's making you go back to do the puzzles again, but it's also picking all of the hardest puzzles. Choices were made. Oh, wait. I have an idea. Nope, that was wrong. Oh, got that. Oh god, now for the hard part of the dice. Did I solve it? Yeah, that must be the answer. Look. The glass doors. They're open. Well done. That was some good work, Sigma. Take that. It's a binder. Let's have a look. There's only a single piece of paper in here. It says Q Chamber Special AB Game. Oh, God. 3 people will definitely choose Ally. 3 people will definitely choose Betray. one is a mysterious mirror man? You mean that guy from the freaking knockoff scam Willy Wonka adventure where there was this evil chocolatier living in the walls and they portrayed that through a guy in a black suit hiding and jumping out behind a mirror? Oompa loompa deepity doo, I've got a mirror man for you. Oompa loompa doopity dee, he's gonna be a really weird creep. He will, the one is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. First answer, strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. Second answer, we must be the only ones to surpass 9. Okay. Oompa loompa doopity dip, I think this death game is full of shit. Let's get onto some fucking dice. I'm just full transparency looking up a walkthrough for this one. Fuck the dice. Oh god, I can't understand what the walkthrough's telling me to do. Retry. Did I do this wrong? Right. Down. 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 Right. Right. Down. Left. Left. Lose 6 die. Left. Down. Down. Left, left. Okay. Once again, I have to look up a different walkthrough. That's a new I feel like it's already embarrassing enough to be like, yeah, I can't do this puzzle. I need to look up a walkthrough. But then to have to look up a second walkthrough because you can't understand the first walkthrough, that's where it gets sad. That's where it gets really, really sad. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I got it. I found a video walkthrough. The written one was too hard for me. These dice, man, these dice are just the bane of my existence. Okay. Let's go. Touch the red one. Touch the blue one. Okay. Touch that one. Touch the green one. Boom. Touch this blue one. The person the walkthrough seems so competent. Wait a second, what are they doing? They went too fast for me, I thought it was done. Okay. Thank you to Sharbit, who posted a walkthrough on YouTube. Couldn't have done this without you. Have a look at this. Hey, it opened. Yoink. There's a sort of depression in this part of the table. It's empty now. Yeah, Sigma, we took it out. Let's go to the machine and put in the... Wait, which machine are we putting them in? Boom. What the heck is this ridiculously huge thing? There's a screen down here. It looks like this is the only part you can actually interact with. But it's dark. There's nothing on it. There are some card slots underneath the screen. They look just like the ones on the polling machines in the AV rooms. So that means we need to put some memory cards in here, right? Yeah, like the one you've got in your hand right now. Boop. The blue card. Well, let's see if anything happens when I put it in the blue one. Red. Color coding. I can do that. Would you look at that? Looks like you turned it on. Oh, what the shit? US, A, and B are all pairs consisting of 2 people. C, D, and E are solos consisting of a single person. Okay. US, A, B, pairs. C, D, E, solos. The first move the pairs A and B next to the blank areas on the left under pair. Next move solo C, D, and E to the blank areas on the left over solo. You can move them by sliding letter icons. A pair and solo aligned vertically with the verses between them will face off against another in the AB game. You can still move icons even after you've placed them. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose to vote for the us pair, either ally or betray. The results of yours will match to display it along with the results of them on other teams. Okay. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. God damn it. Okay, so pair is A and B are also a pair. C, D, and E are all solos. And us is the one we get to vote. Okay, so everyone's supposed to get 9 BP. Ally. A and E voted betray. That was their choice. Ally. Okay, D is losing hard. Okay, E got to 9. Choices were made. Ally? Okay, so those ones are always choosing ally, and those ones are always choosing betray. I gotta write that down. Okay, that's 6. D is always fucked. Okay, well, maybe if you guys all voted ally like good kids, this wouldn't be a problem. A and E can get left behind. They can go fuck themselves. You two that kept voting betray, goodbye. You're done. Got it. Hey, look at the screen. So what would this be? Should this be? Sun, star, moon. That looks like the password to the safe. We did it. This should get us into that safe. Let's leave the void. Can we please leave the void? Bad things happen in the void. That hologram's gonna go off, isn't it? Sun, star, moon. Good job. Oh, it also has medicine. It has the Accelerator in it, so we can give it to Alice and Quark. Well done. Okay then, let's see what's in here. First off, 2 star key cards. We can use these to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on. Those keys are important, but look at this. Accelerator. The Radical 6 cure. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is going to be okay. Is he crying? All right, let's get out of here. We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. Let's get moving. Let's get out of here. Oh God, it's a prison. The door's locked. It says locks. You guys ready? All set here. Go for it. All right. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1.
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Let's get the hell out of the void. Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounds like something turning on. See, I told you. This screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
Remember that key card we found? That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento mori, remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun. Yeah, we've had a lot of this imagery about. It's pretty much everywhere. Oh, of course. This was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Okay. ID. Kura. Shiki. Wait. Jumpy doll. June, why did you put us in a death game?
Sigma, look!
June, you have some explaining to do. You're...
Akane.
Hi, June.
Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around the empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand.
June? Why?
Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki?
Where's Santa?
But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
Why, though? What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems.
So we could, just tell Luna that she can do whatever she wants now, and, free her from how you've imprisoned her, pretty much?
All of them do their thinking in that box.
Oh, shit.
Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Why did you choose to have the person telling and explaining to us the rules of this game be an extremely obnoxious rabbit?
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though.
Oh god, she's senile.
Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums like language, photographs, nonverbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But, is that really true?
Oh my god, you're worse than the termite guy!
In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions.
You know, I think the main reason that she's talking to us through a hologram instead of talking to us in person is because she knows if this was in person, we'd deck her.
Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility?
What shrooms did you take before recording this?
I believe that is how human consciousness actually works.
Cool story, bro. Don't tell it again.
Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Temioji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that 4th-dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project.
You put us in a death game so that we could time travel?
The A represents after, and the B represents before.
Does the C represent what a cunt you are? Well, does it, June?
It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman.
I'm so tired.
But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma?
You murdered us! You put us in a murder game and we died!
And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well.
I should have let you burn to death in that incinerator if you were gonna grow up to do shit like this.
I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
I saved your life!
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How can I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyoji's face was taut with emotion, and he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
Oh god, there's more!
So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay.
He's died like a couple of times in this.
I will see you again one day. I promise.
His kids died a couple of times in this.
But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait! Akane!
And then she was gone. Like a bitch. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Phi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Accelavir that I'd found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine.
Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see the tears at the corner of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly, I remembered. Dio. Where had he gone? He better still be unconscious, otherwise he's gonna cause a scene. It didn't take me long to find him. Aw, Dio, baby, how do you like being the one handcuffed to the sink? He was sprawled, unconscious, on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see what she was doing, to see that she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Temioji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Fi, and Temioji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round, Fi.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
We did it! See what happens when you work together instead of being a bunch of paranoid lunatics?
Okay. I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah. I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh. Well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Huh.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
I want to start poking Dio with a stick. I think it'll be funny. Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Yeah, we found her dead body a bunch of times. Oh yeah! You're right. Kane's body was in there. How did Dio get his bracelet if he didn't kill her to take it? What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma, Phi. You will decide its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? What the fuck? No! No! A new destination has been added to the flowchart? God damn it! Let's jump! Huh. Ow. Ow, ow, ow! Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator, but...
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
Ah! Who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. I remember. You're Phi. She grinned. When is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
We woke up before Dio murdered the old woman. How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
We gotta get out! We gotta get out and stop a murder! 2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah. Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here fast.
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Fuck! We need to solve the first puzzle again! I forgot! Frick. Okay. Take the handles off. We don't need to look there. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. You see what I'm getting at? The password for the safe should be the same one we got earlier. Exactly. Now hurry up and open it. Archive. Password. Moon, moon, moon. You need to remember the password for the safe. We figured it out last time. There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah, damn, I mean the key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. Alright, let's just put the key in here. For God's sakes, just do it already. No need to yell. Alright. Good. Looks like that worked. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1, done. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me. You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. Fi and I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! God damn it! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit! There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Oh God, did we just kill Dio? What the?
He's fine.
Are you sure?
Just unconscious.
Are you sure? I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
He had it coming, da-da, he had it coming, da-da, he had it, he only had himself to blame. If you had been there, if you had seen it, I bet you would have done the same. I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Yeah. Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much.
Where is your brother? Where is your brother? I don't feel like he would have let things go this far.
I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes. Indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow.
a few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Why did you have to bring a literal child into this? Couldn't this have been a child-free death game? Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
Oh, God. I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact, right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murdered, murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jump through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all of this?
Ah. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Sigma, as a physically strong and strapping young lad, could not possibly enact physical violence against this elderly woman. That would be horrifically inappropriate. Fi, you puncher!
What?
Fi, punch the old crone! Do it!
Just when is eventually.
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit! That's not good enough! Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject!
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph. Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... Oh, God.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but...
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
So we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Huh. Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Quark!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Alice is already wearing less than a bikini top. I mean, come on. It's not even a top. It's a necklace. Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice.
Not really my point.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP? That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Yes.
Damn.
Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally. And now all of us have enough to leave.
I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? It's not hard. You just have to stop being a shithead. Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcame a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? Guys, I know Dio's, not a good person. Actually, yeah, let's leave Dio behind. I can't think of an argument to let us bring him along. After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
Bye, Dio. You were trash, but you were my trash. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. So are we gonna do anything about us all being infected with Radical 6, or like, is that a for later problem?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
All right, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing. The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Looks like we did it.
Yes. We should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Everybody suit up. This is gonna be legend, wait for it, dairy. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Oh, don't worry, we're already all infected. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No. That's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before, in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but
Probably Nevada. June likes Nevada.
I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot.
Junpei, what the fuck? This is what happens when you think with your dick.
So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What in the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
What? No way. If that's Earth, then where the hell are we? We're on the moon.
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've gotta be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but...
Excuse me? What?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's.
Wait, is that why everyone's been making such stupid fucking choices?
The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Oh, so to Luna, we've all been talking really slowly.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well.
Wait. This is crazy.
Oh, the talking rabbit and the death game wasn't already a good bar to set for things being crazy?
That can't possibly be Earth out there.
It is.
Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Oh no.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
And just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Shit! Snake's not gonna be happy that Clover's been missing this long. No. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me. But it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time.
Oh shit.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh shit. What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected. And when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate, if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I'd bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan. Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Shit. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
A window popped up on the inside of my helmet, with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma!
I'll be quiet.
Knock it off!
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time. See? You need 6 E's to get that. So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules an infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose. To transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
To stop this from happening. Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time so that the catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about...
I think so.
Doesn't happen. That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period, before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
The grave! It had a key! The grave in the garden!
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
We turned and ran back to the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
What? God damn it, Kay!
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait. Why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going too then. So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Shut up! Just shut up! Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can really explain everything. I'm gonna go take a quick break, and then I'll be right back. And I'm back. With that, we headed back through the airlock.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it, and it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we will have to do any of that. You see the keyhole on the grave? If I just insert this here, I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. What the fuck?
What is this?
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah. It's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was inside it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right. Cold sleep.
What?
Those pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
Yup. I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait. Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yup.
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. you are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
I thought he was a clone of the leader.
He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Is it why he's in a robot suit?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
I met his fucking bitch-ass hologram. Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2 is complete. TP-00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Vi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What the fuck? What? Okay, we have a third Sigma. We have Sigma, and then we have K underneath the robot suit, and now we have this. What the shit? What the shit? Oh god, he's wearing the same outfit and everything. Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with turbocarine, and that was the end of that. But wait. If the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone.
Oh my fucking god.
I will be at your side, watching over you.
This explains why Kay's had such differences in personality. Like, there was, like, moments earlier in the game in different timelines where I was like, this guy's a fucking dick. And then there were moments where it was like, okay, now he's acting differently. And now it's like, Kay's a hypocrite, because Kay's like, and I'm like, and I couldn't figure out, why is Kay doing and saying different things than he did before? Why is there this sudden shift in his character? Now it makes sense. No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you. June, I mean, Akane, from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do not to collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the sixth room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What?
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh? Huh?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma?
Oh my god, I'm now realizing that throughout the entire game, we never see Sigma's face outside of his flashback of being kidnapped.
Did you hit your head or something?
In actual CGs of him interacting with the other characters and existing within this world, we never see his face. Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
Wait, does that mean...
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond! I ran to it and threw myself down on my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. Oh shit! We're to Hero Senior! We're Termite Guy! What? No, this can't be. You know, I've been wondering why Sigma's arms look so goddamn skinny in some of the CGs. This explains it. I feel like this is making that fan art I drew of Sigma and Dio weird now. This face!
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero, the mastermind of the AB project, is you.
What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be. A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
Oh god, Kay is a clone. You're lying!
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Create?
His name is Kyle Climb, your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle.
This, recontextualizes how every interaction Sigma's been having with the other characters has been going, because they've all been seeing him as an old man.
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place. I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch. That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on. If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028, the day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating?
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path, with one exception.
This line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out? By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028?
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Holy shit. Tell me one more thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean? Oh god, is she about to pull out a fucking gun?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Oh God, she has the knife. Dio's knife? No sooner than were the words out of my mouth. Oh God. Oh shit. Fi! I screamed and leapt toward them. Akane was already in motion, the knife diving toward Fi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Was that the end of the game? Okay. I mean, I know there's a third game in the series. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna wrap this up. That the third game's gonna be about Sigma back in the past trying to stop Radical 6 from happening. I think. Holy shit. That was a lot. Jesus, June. Well, that was fun. Instead of playing Virtue's Last Rewards, I'm gonna start playing a cool horror game. I think it's called Paranormsite. On Sundays instead. But I do already have the third game of this franchise purchased, and I will be playing it eventually. I think I want to give it like another. I think I want to play another like 2 or 3 games before I get back into this one, just to get a break from it before returning to this franchise and finishing it. Just like wow. But I think we did it! We're fine. This is fine. Where's Santa? June, where was your brother throughout all this? Wait, a new destination has been added to the flowchart? What the shit? Okay, it's not over yet. Oh, that's not good.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Oh, shit! For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until with a click it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Oh, what the shit? You. Akane?
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump. Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
Alice and Clover, right?
Yes.
What about our third one? Who's in there?
Phi. We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from Point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from Point A to Point D. In other words, she was following the same path you are. And she still is.
Then that means that after you froze her, the Point C version of her jumped back into her body?
Yes. The Point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to Point B, her consciousness will jump to Point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines. Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets. You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from Point A will force you out. And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
And then I change history? Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
Where is your brother? Where is Snake? Where's Santa? So what do you need to do? So what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to Point A, what are we going to do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Aw, crap. Then we're screwed.
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait. How do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I say?
That the test facility is full of traps. There was one point, a woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms and your right eye.
My arms and my right eye? Oh, shit! What the hell? Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. What was that?
Go have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. End or beginning? Well, that's for the next game. I hope you all had fun with this game. I had a lot of fun, even if I needed to look up a lot of walkthroughs for help at times. Stick around if you want to join a raid I'm going to set up. But until next time, show's over.